You're listening to the Adventurous Reinvention podcast. I'm Allison Boyle, aka She Dreams of Alpine, and this is the show that's dedicated to all the adventurous spirits out there who have either been transformed by the outdoors or are interested in what it looks like to step into a new, adventurous, and courageous kind of identity in their life. It doesn't matter what your background is in the outdoors, what age you're starting at, or where you grew up. If you're curious about the outdoors and using adventure as a way to reinvent yourself, you're in the right place. I'll be sharing all kinds of personal adventure stories, lessons I've learned from the mountains, teaching what I know about the outdoors and leadership, and interviewing some amazing adventurous women all along the way. I've been coaching women on becoming safe, confident, and self-sufficient backpackers and leaders of their own adventurous lives since 2018, and I know exactly what big fears and self-doubts can pop up along the way. I have so much to share with you, so let's dive in. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Adventurous Reinvention podcast. So I have some exciting news. Enrollment is officially open for my signature summer program called the Adventurous Reinvention Experience. We also sometimes refer to it as ARE for short, and that's just the initials of the program. So if you're new around here and not totally sure what that program is or what this means, this episode is for you. And if you are considering joining us in this experience and you want to just learn a little bit more about what you could create inside of this program, then I definitely recommend that you stick around as well. And before we get into it, I do want to kind of drop you the link that you can kind of look up more information, sign up for getting more information if you want to learn more. You can go to shedreamsofalpine.com/ARE. I will also have that in the show notes as well if you are interested in getting more information about this program. So in this episode, I'm not just going to explain what the Adventurous Reinvention Experience is. I kind of want to paint a picture of what you could actually create this summer by saying yes to this kind of experience. And this episode is especially for you if you've been feeling like the world feels chaotic and kind of heavy right now, which I know a lot of people are feeling that way. I've been having a lot of conversations with some of my clients and my friends and all the things. There is uncertainty swirling around everywhere you look, economics, politics, the news, even in our personal lives. And it's really easy to feel like everything is out of our hands right now and kind of like buy into that narrative. But here's what I know to be true. It's in these moments that we are experiencing when everything outside of us feels unsteady and uncertain that we always have an opportunity to make a powerful choice on how we want to show up in the chaos and uncertainty that we are experiencing. So we kind of have some options here, right? Like we can freeze, we can stay stuck or overwhelmed, or we can shut down, right? We can doom scroll, we can overconsume, and we can literally cause our nervous systems to shut down from all of the anxiety, which is something that I remember personally doing if you go back to 2020 when the pandemic hit, and everything felt really heavy and chaotic. And it's ironically around a similar time of year as we're experiencing right now. But our other option, our other choice that we have is we can choose to show up differently in these types of experiences in our life. We can show up with intention, we can show up with purpose, and we can show up with personal power. And we can choose to create something beautiful during a time that might otherwise be defined as by stress, by fear, and by uncertainty, right? And so that is why I'm so passionate about sharing this piece of the Adventurous Reinvention Experience with you today. The Adventurous Reinvention Experience is open for enrollment, and this container is essentially going to flip the script on everything that you've been feeling lately. So instead of having a summer where things feel like heavy and uncertain, we are going to actually make this summer a container of possibility. It's going to be a container where we prioritize feeling healthy and strong. It's going to be a container where We gain clarity on what's really important and moving forward with intention. It's going to be a container where we prioritize our joy and our aliveness, even when the world feels like this giant question mark. So when everyone else is kind of like hunkering down and feeling stuck and hiding away, we are actually going to be opening up and feeling lit up by our ideas and feeling lit up by the possibilities we can create in our life and taking ownership of what we make out of 2025. Instead of like seeing as 2025 as something I'm surviving, we're going to be thriving in it, right? So the Adventurous Reinvention Experience is where we change everything. But this container and this experience, like so many people know it by, we have so many aspects of this container that are involved in it. And it goes way beyond being just this like cool trip into the mountains. And of course, that is part of it, but it's so much more than that. So the Adventurous Reinvention Experience, it is a 3-part transformational container that brings in 3 core aspects that I'm going to talk to you about really quick. So there is the coaching component of this experience. And that's where I'm going to kind of walk you through my reinvention process that helps you reconnect with your purpose, make bold moves in your lives. I will also be teaching you coaching tools that are going to help you navigate situations and the feeling uncertainty that we're like all experiencing right now in a way that lets you step back into your personal power. So that is one core aspect of the program. Another aspect is outdoor mentorship. So I'm going to teach you how to become a confident and self-sufficient backpacker. My goal with this program is to really help you close in those gaps that you might have and feel like you're experiencing and feel more confident, like stepping into that leadership role, or somebody that feels more confident hitting the trail on their own, or if you're brand new to backpacking, just like getting that initial momentum to experiencing backpacking and feeling confident in your own skills on the trail. And then the final aspect of this program is the in-person adventure, where we take you on a guided high alpine backpacking trip into the Eastern Sierras. And this is where kind of everything comes to life. And when you kind of combine those 3 things, like that inner work that we're doing in the coaching, the outdoor mentorship, and the in-person adventure, you don't just change your summer experience, you're also going to change how you show up in your life and how you move forward out of this experience. So I want to talk about a little bit like what people create inside of the coaching part of the Adventurous Reinvention Experience. So in this part, I kind of alluded to, but this is where we really get to expand emotionally and mentally. It's where you get to get out of your own head, you get to quiet the inner critic, and you get to begin showing up for yourself in more powerful and new ways. So I will be teaching you self-coaching tools, which is something I talked about on a previous podcast episode, but I'll be teaching you these tools that help you navigate fear and uncertainty without shutting down, which is really important in times like this. How to move forward even when you don't have it all figured out, which is very important for people who are trying to step into change and new possibilities. We'll be talking about how to get clear on what you actually want, especially if you're like not really sure what that next step is for you. And not just what's expected of you, right? Not those shoulds, but like what really lights you up, what makes you feel alive, and how can we bring more of that into our life? And we're also going to be the whole summer building emotional resilience and taking courageous action. So in addition to all that, I'll also be like walking you through, like I said, my reinvention coaching process that's designed to help you reimagine what's possible in your life and actually start creating it. So in that container, in the kind of like reinvention coaching process side, we're going to take stock of what's working and what's not and why. We're going to explore new possibilities and choose what to like release or what to keep or what we want to reinvent. And we're going to start taking bold action towards the version of you that feels most true. And we do this through weekly group coaching calls. I also like to send out weekly journaling prompts to really help you integrate everything that you're learning. There's going to be a lot of time for reflection and coaching. And we also have like an intimate community with our core group of 24 women that are doing this experience together, where you can get additional coaching and like share with others and kind of get that feedback that you want. And it's an opportunity to like coach through the messy middle in real time with a coach and with support from the program. So this is all part of the program where you kind of like create clarity and you create confidence and you create alignment and start living from your own inner compass, so to speak. And then there's the outdoor mentorship piece, which we touched on. And this is something really unique to the Adventurous Reinvention Experience because this program isn't just like a vibey coaching container. We are also going to be talking about becoming more outdoorsy, becoming more self-sufficient and capable and confident as a backpacker. And throughout the summer, like I'll be mentoring you through like how to train for high altitude hiking and building real strength and stamina. I'll be coaching you through how to plan for a multi-day backpacking trip, what to pack, how to prepare for that, right? We're going to talk about navigation stuff like using GPS apps, how to prepare in advance, what that on-trail prep looks like for paper maps and your GPS device as well. We're going to talk about how to assess risk, make group decisions, like adjust our routes when necessary, and travel safely through the backcountry. And then we're also going to be talking about like what it's like to choose great campsites, manage elevation and being like at altitude and how to do that smoothly, and move through real trail conditions with confidence. So in the outdoor mentorship piece of this program, we're building real and transferable skills. So by the time that you step onto the trail in our in-person experience, you're not wondering if you can do it. You are going to feel confident and capable that you can. And this is kind of where you create that competence, leadership kind of capability, and that deep trust in yourself to, in the future, go on adventures on your own terms and maybe even become that person in your group who is planning and leading their own trips, and feeling more confident joining group experience as well. Because I know so many of my clients, especially those who are just beginning, it's like having that confidence when you get invited on things to join those experiences and not count yourself out. So that's all part of this experience as well. And then we wrap all of this together with the in-person adventure part. So this is where everything we've done together over the whole summer gets embodied, right? This summer, we're going to be meeting up in a little mountain town called Mammoth Lakes in California. It's one of the most iconic mountain towns in the Eastern Sierra, and we have 2 different group trip options. We have a beginner group trip and an intermediate group trip. So as a group together, we're all like doing the whole coaching container as a group of 24, but then our 2 trips are in 2 groups of 12. And so you'll choose which adventure like suits you the most, and you'll go out with that group. Both trips are loop-style backpacking routes, multi-day adventures, which means like every day brings new terrain. There's no backtracking. Like you really get to experience the Eastern Sierras. And in addition, you're going to get to hike past alpine lakes, some of the most beautiful lakes I've ever seen. You're going to get to hike over high alpine passes, camp in wild, beautiful places. You're going to get to practice your skills in real time with real support to get real feedback from us, our guides, and like everyone in the community who's going to be helping you like move through that experience. You're going to learn how to make decisions together as a group and move through the challenge with confidence. That's also like a huge thing, is learning how to be in groups and like navigate group decisions. So you're going to get real-time experience with that. And in addition to all that, it's like we have moments where we laugh and we cry and we connect and we create memories that will stick with you for years. This part of the experience is where you get to really like see how far that you've come all summer, and not just on the trail, but like in your own personal transformation. And it's also where we create that feeling of aliveness, connection, and proof that you're capable of so much more than you thought you were. So there's a lot like that comes out of the in-person part of our experience. It's really hard sometimes for me to explain with words. And like every group and every group dynamic and trip is just so unique and has its unique experiences and is bringing women from all different walks of life and backgrounds into it. So there's so much more that comes out of it for each group that we do that, yeah, it's even hard to like convey here on a podcast episode. And one thing that I want to address, especially for my newer backpackers, the people considering doing our beginner group trip, is a lot of times when women are thinking about joining an experience like the Adventurous Reinvention Experience or a big group trip, there is almost often these kinds of thoughts that come up. What if I'm not good enough? What if I hold the group back? What if I can't keep up? What if it's too much for me? What if I'm the slowest one, right? These are really common things to think and feel and be nervous about when you sign up for a group experience. And I get it. I really do. And I want to say this really clearly. It's okay to feel nervous. And it's okay to not know if you are fully 100% ready. And it's okay to feel both excited and scared about an opportunity like this. And that's actually kind of the point of the Adventurous Reinvention Experience. It's built to help you hold both of those truths. That part of you is afraid, maybe a little bit nervous, right? And the part of you that's curious about what's possible and what's next. And the moment that you say yes to that version of you, the one who's brave enough to at least try and give herself the chance, right? That is the moment that you unlock something big. And I've seen it happen over and over again inside of this experience, inside of this container. This is my third year running the Adventurous Reinvention Experience, and every round really leaves me in awe and just blows my mind on what these women are creating and stepping into. And it's not because the women who have joined it have all of it together, but because they are willing to show up, do it scared, be supported, willing to learn, willing to try, right? And that is what creates true transformation inside of this container. So in a wrap, what you could create this summer if you choose to join us inside of the Adventurous Reinvention Experience is you could create momentum in your life where you felt stuck. You could create confidence in your ability to adventure and be the leader or go solo. You will be building real outdoor skills that you will carry with you forever. You will create deep friendships with women who get you and are on the same kind of journey as you. You're going to be building strength in your body. That's just one beautiful byproduct of the summers. We're going to be training for our adventures. We're going to be getting outside all summer and feeling strong and capable for our in-person experiences. You're going to develop a new relationship with yourself, one that's more grounded and bold and free, and you're going to have an unforgettable experience that marks the start of your next chapter, whatever that is going to be for you. So if this episode sparks something in you, even just the smallest what if, I want to invite you to go check out the full program details at shedreamsofalpine.com/ARE. Again, I will drop that into the show notes so you can find the link directly. Enrollment is open right now, and we are officially inviting our waitlist in. As of this week, we're kind of in an early enrollment period. Our waitlist is getting all of those details. So even if you're a little bit curious, sign up on that page that I was sending you to at shedreamsofalpine.com/ARE, and it will give you all the information that you need and next steps and how you can move forward in potentially joining us in that experience. And for those of you who are already on our wait list or are maybe some of our past clients and you're thinking about joining, but maybe there's something that's holding you back, I want you to reach out to me. Hit reply on one of my emails or DM me on Instagram at shedreamsofalpine. I will help you figure out if this is the right fit for you and walk you through any of your concerns or questions in just a no pressure way. So this summer, y'all, it doesn't have to be another season of waiting. It doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to feel so uncertain. It can be a summer where we step into our personal power. We can see shifts, we can have momentum, and we can actually create something beautiful out of 2025, even though it feels like it's off to kind of a heavy, chaotic, and ugly start. So if you want more information about this experience, go to shedreamsofalpine.com/ARE. Again, link in the show notes, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'm here for you. I believe in you all, and I would love to support you in creating something incredible out of this year and out of this summer. So that is all that I have today for y'all. I just wanted to pop in, let you know what's going on behind the scenes at She Dreams of Alpine, and tell you about this opportunity that you have to work with us this summer and create something really unique. So I will see you all next week, or perhaps I'll see some of you guys inside of the Adventurous Reinvention Experience. Either way, we'll talk soon and see you then. Bye. Hey, I wanted to thank you real quick for tuning into the show and listening all the way to the end. If you love this episode and you want deeper support in becoming a safe, confident, and self-sufficient hiker and backpacker, then head over to shedreamsofalpine.com/waitlist to learn more about our Backpacking Badass coaching program, where I teach you absolutely everything you need to know to be self-reliant on the trails and stop waiting around on others for the adventure invite. So I'd love to help you more in your journey of stepping into your adventurous identity, and that program is the absolute best place for us to start working together. So again, that's shedreamsofalpine.com/waitlist, and you can learn all about it there. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you get to spend some time outside this week, and I'll be back very soon with a brand new episode. Bye.